Alright, so we are here with true Awaken Demon King Meliodas, or God Meliodas, whatever you want to call him. And we are going to be challenging all of the demonic beasts. We just had to do it, man. And today we're going to be using him with attack crit. And that's because, again, he is a character who is going to be very beneficial for all PVE activity. He might be right now the best character in grandcross history at the moment, being so godly in PvP and so godly in PvE, because not only does he can clear stance, but he can also cleanse your entire team from debuffs. So that's gonna be super insane, and he does amazing damage. So we're gonna start it off by starting off with Nidhogg for now. Again, this is the team I'm gonna be using. This is gonna be a no Freya team, guys. A no Freya team, just to show you how powerful this Meliodas is. I'm gonna use no Freya to defeat the demonic beast of especially Nidhogg, right? So this is gonna be on gear set and stuff like that. I think I might switch to HP on Demon King just so he doesn't get targeted on the first phase, but we're gonna do Nidhogg. Again, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I'm gonna make sure to timestamps all of the beasts, so make sure you guys hit that like button and all that good stuff, and let's have some fun. All right, so we are going to be doing all of the demonic beasts, and we're going to start off with Nidhogg. Now, I already know, man, you only care about the most important part, which is Nidhogg, because that is the highest difficulty for demonic beasts at the moment. Again, we do have that battle royale thing that came out like a month ago, I believe, or is it 2 months probably now, right? And that's technically the highest one, but for the one that you can pretty much farm for holy relics, this is going to be the hardest one. So we got Melis right here, and Meliodas is a really good character for Nidhogg, and it just because of the fact that you can pretty much cleanse with him. You can also clear stance, all those good stuff. So you're pretty much able to run a team without Freya using Meliodas, because again, he can just clear stance. Now, if you want to know how do you clear stance, pretty much if the enemy has 3 of those gray stacks you see right now, you'll be able, and then if you use Meliodas card, you can also just cleanse. But again, you gotta be careful on when you want to do it, because it does proc before he attacks, unlike Elizabeth, who is like after when using the debuff. So keep that in mind. So you always want to try to make sure you got that 3 stack and then attack with Melly, and then it'll be easy clear stance. Again, with Deanne is just so she can soak up most of the damage, throw her stance, and just heal up sometimes for you. Because I was very surprised to see how good Meliodas is, but it's to be expected. Like, this man is now the highest CC character. Okay, this man has 70k plus CC. I think 77k if you have the True Awakening system. Also, gotta mention the True Awakening system that he also has right now. Again, that gives me like 10% stat damage reduction, which I guess it can be helpful a little bit. Like, it's nothing too major of a buff, even though the resources for this True Awakening system is pretty expensive to pretty much farm and all that good stuff. So we just pretty much wiping them off the floor. I said out the floor, at the face of the earth with Meliodas single targets. And it actually went pretty smooth with this team. Again, you kind of need LR Elizabeth for this team though, because LR Elizabeth can heal, ult, and remove buffs. You always gotta remember, guys, you gotta have a character that can remove buffs. So that's why I'm using Elizabeth right now, because if you get on this phase right here, he has pretty much a mortal buff, blue buff. So you have to make sure that you have a clear stance, not clear stance, a clear buff card. So that's why I'm using her. I wonder if green Elizabeth can also be worthwhile too. I don't think so, just because, like, again, with Liz ult, she can also give like attack related stats based on your ult level. Like right now I'm 6'6", so mine's like I think 30% attack related stats, which is really solid for doing more damage with Melly. Especially when Melly has his own card that can pretty much give him or his own passing and give him like attack boost. So again, those are the really solid things about this team. Again, also the good thing about this team is that you have 2 characters who can pretty much rank up their hand, being Meliodas or Demon King, which can be very worthwhile for later of Nidhogg, where pretty much you need gold cards to clear up those gauge. Again, I really like this Meliodas for Demonic Beast, man. So this character is kind of like the best character in the entire game. He's godly in PvP. He's godly in PvE now. He is what it is to mean a New Year's unit. Like, I think with Purgatory and Meliodas, he was like a New Year's unit, but he wasn't really that good for PvE activity. Obviously, he pretty much wreaked havoc in PvP for literally almost a whole entire year, right? Because you could either run him on a Sins team or a Demon team. So he had a whole bunch of versatility when playing him. Again, I don't know how long this Meliodas will be last in terms of meta for PvE, especially when we start getting more and more PvE activities, because those PvE activities will have to account for Meliodas, because obviously they don't want to make all the PvE activities super easy. So you got to be very careful with that as well. Again, Deanne just throw more stance just to pretty much soak up damage. And also Deanna also hits hard pretty hard as well. She's soaking up damage, and she's able to pretty much stack up that melee debuff card. Now again, for melee debuffs, you want to have characters that are Sins or Demons. So that's why you see Deanne and Demon King on the same team together. For anybody who's probably asking, like, so why are you using Deanne? Can I use something else? Deanne is going to be really good for pretty much stacking it up. So I kind of don't recommend using another character other than her, because all the other taunt characters are not a Sins. So again, that's unfortunate. So we're just gonna blast through this. As you can see, it's pretty easy. Like, Meliodas just pretty much nukes everything in sight, because he has so much high DPS. Now we're on floor 3. Now again, this one is a little bit tricky. You could do a little bit of what I did, which is pretty much use cards, or you can save up your cards that aren't as useful to you, because again, you have 2 characters who can rank up, and the whole gimmick for this phase is pretty much to reduce its gauge while also reducing the HP at the same time. So you want to make sure he at 0% before you can kill, because that's the only way you'll be able to remove that immortal buff that he has right now. You also gotta watch out for moments where pretty much he doesn't steal your cards, because once you have that damage reduction stack, you have to waste a card that isn't going to be an attack card, or you're pretty much gonna have your hand sealed. So you see that damage reduction, we're gonna use the stance, so he can only steal the stance at the moment right now, and we're gonna probably just use my Meliodas card. Now the thing with Meliodas on floor 3 is that they don't debuff as often, so it's very hard for this guy to pretty much get like his insane 50% attack related stat buff, right? That's the only problem. Only on the other stage where he pretty much debuffs, because the ability to pretty much cleanse and all that good stuff is just super powerful. Like, you see, I cleared the stance right there because he had 3 stacks, and I just nuked with Demon King. Now again, this one is gonna be a little bit tricky on this one, because again, your stance clearing on this one is going to be based on Meliodas attacking. But if you end up like me right here, who don't get a Meliodas card, you don't want those moments. You will always want to make sure you have a Meliodas card come into this, just so you can clear that stance, because he has a increased damage dealt buff when he's at 0%, which makes him hit pretty hard. You can see he's hitting like a truck right there, and I almost died with Elizabeth. So again, be careful. Now look at that melee card. I cleared his stance, because again, we just trying to make sure he doesn't have a same amount of gauge. And I also have to do some melee, so I'm gonna have a lot of stacks right here as well for my ultimate. Like, my ultimate does like 3 stacks regardless right here, so I can just clear the stance immediately. Now again, that one can be a little bit scary, just because of the fact that because my ultimate clears the stance, he's gonna keep gaining gauge. But again, my team is so tanky that it's fine. This team just makes Nidhogg super easy, again, for people who do not have Freya, which is kind of nice. A run without Freya is kind of insane though, because a lot of people think like Freya is just like pretty much you need her no matter what. So for us to be able to have a character who can be super useful without needing Freya is going to be really nice. Again, we just clearing stance up. Again, this all should be fine just because we do have a buff card, which could take a lot of his gauge percentage off. But we can always just buff up. And we're just gonna just attack. And oh, yep. So he's gonna keep losing a lot of gauge. And he's gone. And now this is where we get to the easiest part of the demonic beast, which is Nidhogg. I said Nidhogg, which is 4-3 Nidhogg and stuff like that, where pretty much all you have to do is just spam attack cards. The whole goal is to do as much damage as possible, just so the gauge can reduce a lot faster. You want to try to do a lot of damage each turn, which is this one is gonna be super helpful because again he debuffs a lot on the last phase. So that means my melee is gonna keep getting his buff up sooner and sooner and sooner. Because again, what melee wants is for you to debuff him just so he can keep getting those black balls. And he can instantly go for a rank up and boost his attack related stats. I think it's about to happen right here again. Again, once you get to this moment, it's pretty much GG at this point. Meliodas just gonna clap through him. Yep, 2.5 million without even trying. 340k without even trying. And 380. Now my Liz is almost dead, but it's okay. We're gonna cleanse, we're gonna ult to move that stance, and then we're gonna ult again just to heal up on my Liz. So here comes my stance. And yeah, that's gonna be probably the end. So we're just gonna finish off with melee because my hand's gonna rank up again. So that's melee on Nidhogg. Again, it's super simple. Obviously, you gotta play off of his great debuffs that he applies on the enemy. Like, look at that 90k attack. Absolutely nutty. So hopefully you guys enjoy and good luck on your summons. All right, so this time we're gonna be doing the wolves. Now the wolves a little bit easier as well, just because again the ability to pretty much clear stances is just gonna be so worthwhile, and the dogs debuff a lot, so Meliodas is gonna keep stacking up his buffs, so that's gonna be really good for us. Now again, we are using Freyr, and just Freyr is just there for those ignites, just to get rid of them, and also for damage, because again he does have a death damage ultimate. So you want to have that as well, so just so you can farm it up a little bit faster. Obviously, is Freyr really needed? Not really. You can probably do this without even needing Freyr, just because melee being able to clear stances is just so godly. But again, having a death damage character like Escanor or Freyr just makes the run a lot faster. That's why you always want to try to have higher dupes, use like attack sets and stuff like that, just so when you do these hard or semi-hard difficulties, you can at least farm it up. Like we literally just one shot. And again, I do have like Thonar's Holy Relic, so that's how you see I keep getting gauge as well. Because I already know some people always ask like, yo, how are you gaining gauge? And then they see the relic, they don't really pay attention that Thonar has the relic. So that's how I keep getting gauge. Every time Thonar's attack, I pretty much gain like 1 gauge. And I think I also get like HP stacks as well. You just can't see it, but it's there, okay? I believe it's like max HP or something like that, right? So we're just gonna go for this and finish him off. Like melee just hits like a truck. It's just so satisfying seeing Melly just crit and nuke like that, man. It's just so satisfying, honestly. So you're going right now. I have an Escanor ultimate, and I'm just gonna save that for the next phase, just in case I want to like get rid of both the characters. I probably should have saved my AoE, just in case. I wanted to get rid of him a little bit faster. I could have just if I had saved my AoEs, I could have triple AoE technically, and it probably would have one-shot them both. They look like they was both about to be under damage cap. So that's gonna be pretty much it. The wolf, boom, we're gone. Easy peasy right there. Now we're on the final one. Again, super easy with this type of team because again, you're using death damage characters. And you usually want to try to attack with Eskener most of the time for the stacking. But then that'll allow Meliodas to hit even harder. I gotta kind of be careful with Thonar because my Thonar HP is so low right now. That's why I made sure to put like Red Tarmy Link on her at least. Just so she can tank some hits. Again, you also want to make sure you have crit resist on Thonar because it's very easier for her to be crit on because she is an outdated character. So I know that's fun. I know. And literally just going through everybody. Oh my god. So we're just gonna probably just ults and stuff like that. Look at 351, 351. Okay. Just blasting through everybody, man. So crazy. So this is where I just ult with Melly, and this is where I'm just gonna pretty much try to get rid of Black Dog. I'm not really worried about the white one just because again I do have Freyr, so I don't get it with ignites. And the cool thing again with Meliodas is that I'm able to cleanse as well. So you're gonna see I'm gonna cleanse my team, and I'll also buffer as well. And such a solid character. So good. GG. Alright, so this time we on Deer. And Deer is for the cool people, man. Deer is always for the cool boys. Deer is actually still super annoying. Just because, again, you got to play off of the color wheel. Is it hard as it was before these newer characters coming out? Obviously not, but just that I wouldn't say hard, it's just annoying dealing with the color wheel, man. Like I've been playing a lot of the Demon King raid where pretty much you gotta follow a certain type of rule, and it gets a little bit annoying because again you have to kind of strategize your team or play a little bit careful unless you have Albedo. You probably saw the video with me using Albedo on the Demon King. Oh my god, she just absolutely freaking destroys the Demon King whole thought process. All right, but you wouldn't even expect how good the team is until you try it out yourself, man. So fun because people I haven't really seen another team other than Albedo's to clear hell difficulty. For extreme, there's a million teams to use for extreme, but for hell difficulty, I kid you not, everybody just spams Albedo, bro. Like I've been literally searching for teams, ideas and stuff like that. Albedo. The only thing they really change up is like the second team, where sometimes they can use like humans, or if you're like me who use like demons and stuff like that, that's usually how it goes. I think I've seen a couple people use like synths maybe, so that's the thing as well. But again, that is the whole problem of like this is that not everybody has Albedo. Surprisingly enough, like I was telling people in Discord and stuff like that, that was like, yo, RP for everybody who don't have Albedo. Again, there's gonna be a character who's gonna come out who definitely gonna make Demon King raid a little bit easier as well too, but that ain't gonna be for a while, probably, maybe, right? So if unless you have Albedo, this is gonna be like so annoying to play against. Again, you can always just play extreme as well, but extreme rewards is just super significant less than if you would have played hell, which kind of makes it not even worth to try to like farm up extreme, right? Especially because the costs for extreme and hell are both the same, which is about like 1 plat coin, 15 gold coins and 225 rare coins. And those drop rates is is all random, so it makes it again a little bit harder to pretty much to get that one right character. And then poster restarts like every week, so you get like at least one free entry. Again, everything, the problem is just like the cost and stuff like that. Like you can exchange for the what's the True Awaken tokens or something like that. Like you can exchange it for like I think like 12. I think it was like 12 Super Awakening coins for one, and you made like 3. So that totals up to 36 Super Awakening coins. And I think they just pretty much if you don't have Super Awakening coins, it's like 4 plat coins. I just feel like they pretty much like they overcost this system for some random reason. They overcost everything. Like the thing with Meliodas is that they had a whole little thing where they said, yo, for base UR character like Meliodas was, where he doesn't have like an SSR form, people, they basically said, yo, this is gonna be like a partial increase in terms of the resources needed. Bro, when we got into that game or when people finally got to the update, bro, we see why it wasn't on the patch notes. Bro, it was literally double the goddamn amount. Hear me again. It was double the amount of resources to build this Meliodas. I kid you not. How the heck is that a partial increase? This boy costs 10 UR pendants, about 84 Super Awakening coins if you don't have them 6/6 or something like that. Like you do a 1 out of 6 and you get Meliodas, that's 84 Super Awakening coins. 84. Like that's just so freaking insane. Like that they will ever, like they would think that that would be the right thing to do, bro. Especially when you said a partial increase. Yeah, a partial increase doesn't mean, no one would expect I'm saying partial increase would mean, yeah, double the amount. This man Meliodas is 2 units in 1. Like listen to that. This man Meliodas is 2 units in 1. Now again, I also seen like people have been like really talking about they've been really like talking about the complaints about this Meliodas too, or pretty much this whole New Year's. Like it's been kind of mid, unfortunately. I'm sad to say, and it's just because of the fact that like it's like, what is Nemar doing right now? Like how can you make such a bad thing with the True Awakening system where pretty much it doesn't have no value really? It's just there at this point. Like you don't really, it doesn't add much to the game or anything like that. But yeah, man, the system, all it does is pretty much it's just a will system just to give you a to-do list. Because the thing is, like, why would they release such a new system so early? Like LR was the JP thing, like JP anniversary and stuff like that, and that system was actually kind of exciting to see, just because of the fact that he was pretty much telling us how they were going to buff up older units in a way with this new LR system. And I feel like they kind of about to go back off of like they're gonna back off of LR characters because of this new UR system. And I think I know why, and that's because, like, if you remember with the tower, okay, tower was such an amazing event, giving so many resources for players and newer players, and they kind of got rid of it. And the whole thing was because of how hard and difficult it was for them to kind of build these kind of rules for tower. Now if you don't know what I mean by in terms of rules, sometimes it will have like some of these fun rules where pretty much it would be like tower, like it would be like on floor 3 of the tower, if you use an all female team, you get about a bajillion buffs. On floor 4 of the tower, if you use all blue characters, you get this buff or something like that. Like it was a whole bunch of fun concepts and stuff like that for you, which kind of made it a lot more strategies being used for tower, making it pretty much super fun. But again, they got rid of it because they kind of said that it was kind of very complicated to make those concepts. like adding each month, adding a concept was kind of difficult for them, which was kind of weird that they released LR, which LR is technically doing the same thing where they kind of got to build a concept of what they want the character to do, if they want the character to be super broken or stuff like that, or and stuff like that. Because again, you gotta remember, Nemar does not like it, okay, that the game is too broken, okay, and it's a free character. Like, remember Blue Grimoire? Like, Blue Grimoire was such a broken character for like Guild Boss, not even PvP, just PVE, and they said nah, we gotta nerf this, okay? So to see that LRs are kind of like falling off a little bit, because with the recent one was like Margaret, where it was just a minimal buff, it definitely shows you that they are really not trying to make broken LRs at the moment. Like, even especially in terms of like PvP, the Green Escanor LR, like, he was good and stuff like that, but he wasn't like super disgusting like how LR Lost Fame was, right? So I think this was what the UR system is going to do. Pretty much give them an excuse to pretty much not make an LR, just because they got this new UR system where it's a lot easier to manage. They don't really have to think too much about what to do with the character and stuff like that, how broken they want the character to be. Do they need to test a little bit more with this character to make sure it doesn't ruin the game balance? And even if it does ruin the game balance, it should be okay for us to do that, because again, if this is a UR, that means it's going to be probably on what, a banner. So that means you're going to have to summon for that UR character, which means more money for Nemar, right? Instead of LRs, which LR is kind of a free thing as long as you are able to complete all the activities that Nemar will give you for LR coins and stuff like that, like Hero Arena, Labyrinth, other boss events give you LR coins, which makes it pretty much free to make an LR character. Only time it's not free is that maybe if you don't have the LR character for some reason. But other than that, it's free. So I think that's why they kind of gave us this new UR system super fast, man. I just feel like it's super fast, being 6 months from LR, and again, it's a total different system. But again, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video of me using Meliodas on all demonic beasts. Good luck on your Meliodas summons again, and this is Marilli, guys, and I'm out. Peace.